Oh, that didn't work. Cat's playing with the camera again, I guess. Hello, welcome to Diane Writes. Nano Extra. Thank you so much for the raid, Shattered Fox, and also thank you for covering the gap. It's been kind of a crazy schedule today, a little bit all over the place, but we're making it work. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not a bad ceiling, eh? That's alright. It'll do. Yes, hello, Shattered Fox. Hello, Danny. Hello, DM Stretch. Hello, Sarukis. Author Goddess. Yay! Hello, Lee. Good to see you. Dianica is here. Masadi's is here. Awesome. Awesome. How's your guys' word counts going today? Mine are in the toilet, because I've been working on videos. But it'll get better. I mean, that's why we're here, right? So I think that if it's okay with you guys... Oh no, need some sprints, you bet. I'm going to start the first sprint. I haven't had a chance to report for the last 3 streams we've done, I think. So I'm going to start that in my first sprint to make sure that I get the word count in. Do me a favor and hold off until this first sprint to enter your word count, even if you've got lingering words, okay? Just so that I can make sure to get it done. I would really appreciate it. Sorry about that. The word counts because I've only been world building my nano world. But some people are counting their world building towards their nano, and why shouldn't you? Right, Shattered Fox says, I got my words done after wrestling mightily with them. That was me, like, not yesterday, but the 3 days before that. Yeah, because I had to figure out the pacing for things. I've got it now, though. By the way, there's a reason this is marked as a mature channel, and one of those reasons is if you are watching what I write today, it is not recommended for all viewers. I'm just saying, okay? Right? Trigger warning because the character is basically being tortured. I'm gonna lay it out. That's what it is. So you may want to, like, put me on in the background and do your own writing if that kind of thing bothers you. And I apologize, but that's the book. Right. So let's see. Uniquely says, I've got 1,000 words to write in an hour because I forgot about the 4 of the words monster I had going. Well, better get on it. DM Stretch says, well, at least I finally have dinner. Dinner's good. Mergendor's about 2 days behind. That's okay. It's easy enough to catch up. Sarukis says that was me an hour ago. Masadi says, like, okay. Alright. Unless that was response to finish what I'm doing. Okay. Masadi says, made sense to me, but I wouldn't unless I knew how to count. Shattered Fox says, yay, now we have the official word on world-building worlds. Well, people are doing that for their nano, so if you are counting it, then count it. I don't mind, it's related, as long as it's creative, right? I don't think a thesis on mealworms would be appropriate, but unless you're making up some mealworm-related thing for your world, in which case it's creative, and that's fine. Go for it. Yeah. Right, I will heed that warning today. Okay. Brazen Bull. Dianica says, I haven't been able to write really since last night. Yeah. Saruka screams at the thought of a brazen bull. Danny says, generally for nano, if it's fiction, I count the heck out of it. That's right. Brazen fungi? Shattered Fox? Ooh. That's the second time you've said that. Have you been reading Thesis on Mealworms lately? No, I pulled that out of my rear end a couple days ago, and it now saves me from having to come up with something else. Because mealworms, they're actually really interesting, but, you know, they're the kind of things you associate with nerds writing papers, right? So, yeah, they're edible. No volume, intensely concentrating, but I be here, says Pride Ascending. Okay. I think the Brazen Bull was worse than any of my creations, says DM Stretch. Okay, so I'm going to put up a message here. pulling up our report from our last few streams. Please don't enter word counts until the first sprint is done. That should be more than enough time for me to do it. I had mealworm cookies in science class one year, says Dianica. Interesting. Pride of Setting says cricket powder makes nice replacement for flour. Sure, I can see that. Probably better for you, too. Danny says, I associate them with feeding wounded adolescent bird babies and lizards. Yeah, Danica says, we haven't tried that, but the same unit we had Cricket Crunch, which was a spicy cricket-based trail mix. Okay, guys, I'm going to put on that first sprint so I can get my report done, and I will see you guys in a minute. Hello, Raiders! Thank you so much for the raid, Flame. You guys are coming in right at the end of a sprint, during which I was adding up Gamatone's totals, so my word count is 0. But welcome! I will be happy to do the next sprint with you. Prepare to be inked. I like it. And thank you for the follow. Did I say thank you for the follow, Perpetual Noob? Welcome. That's a cool handle, actually. Huff Puff Duck. Hello. Good to see you. I like that handle, too. No, I just started, actually, eSong. I kind of moved things down because there were spots to fill in today. Masadi's needed a day off, so people had to do a little bit of schedule adjusting, but everybody stepped up. It worked out really well. We're at the end of the sprint, so feel free to put in your word counts, gang. I'm glad to hear that eSong had a great day. That's awesome. Prepare to be inked. Should that be my raid call? Well, I think it's cool. How's everyone's writing doing today? Mine has been slow because I have been doing video things. It turns out when you're sick, you get a really good sub, a really strict sub. The kids realize how good they have it. Funny that, eh? How do we enter into a word sprint? Well, you open up whatever writing you're working on, and when the timer here growls at you with the dragon of productivity, then you just write as many words in the 15-minute allotted time as you can manage. Right? So, and then at the end of the sprint, you know, put in your word counts, or you can wait. You can just write along with us and put in your word count at the end of the stream. If you're playing Game of Tomes, that is. If you're not, then, you know, you can share it with us, and that would be totally fine. Everybody's having a day, huh? I don't see any totals from the sprint. We're halfway through the break here. Perpetual Noob says it was a tough day at work, so I only started getting words in a little bit ago. So I need more. Well, you came to the right place, so this is good. Author Goddess has no words. Dianica has what are words? Yep. Yes, do you know about the Game of Tomes? Okay, well. Yeah, the Game of Tomes is a game that a bunch of us are playing. You accumulate your word counts towards the house that you support. And except that every 5 days, one house is eliminated. The 1/3 of the eliminated house is drafted into the undead horde and must represent them for the remainder of the contest. The other 2/3 may choose a new house to represent. We're a little bit more than halfway through. Do I have a link to this? I absolutely do. Right? How you redeem your word counts is just with the channel point rewards option. And here's some brief descriptions of the houses that remain. There is House Avis. There is House Lapin. And there is House Mollusca. Because that is it and all at this point. There are, of course, minor houses and stuff too. They're often recruiting people, but ultimately, they must give their loyalties. You can't report your words on this chat app. Okay, or you're on your phone, right? Other people have run into that problem before. Tell me your words, Masades. I'll put them in for you. Yep, that has occurred. That is a known bug that we can do nothing about except back you up. 46 for Lapin. Are you doing that there, Stretch, or do you want me to? Either way. Just type in, you know, for Masades when you type it in, if you're going to do it. Yep. That's a good way to put it there, Esong. Alright, DM Stretch got it. Brilliant. Thank you. And we can keep doing that throughout the stream. Masades, if you continue to run into problems, not a big deal. Esong says, a bunch of writers are having a friendly competition when you write in the stream, in a stream involved in Game of Tomes, and we have round-the-clock coverage. You can add whatever words you've just written and donate it to one of the houses that are competing. Everything's free. There's no actual prize besides completing Nano. It's a great friendly way to support each other through what can otherwise be a solitary time. Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Alright, 33 seconds to go here before the next sprint. And I'm gonna actually work like a dog on this one. I got word count to get done. How do you enter a house? You simply choose which house you want to represent, and then when you enter your word count, by the channel point rewards below the chat box, you just click on that and select the house you'd like to support. You cannot, however, support the Undead Horde. You must be drafted into them. You cannot voluntarily join them. Alright, and we're off on the next sprint. Trigger warning, I'm writing a part about torture. So if you do not want to experience that, don't read what I'm writing. Just put me on in the background and write your own thing. Hmm. Love it. I of course am House Lapin in the far upper corner there. That is so, and we're bunnies, and we're cute and fun, and actually we're doing better than anybody thought we would because there are a bunch of us. Also, we're friendly. And besides, we have the support of the Varangians, and they're barbarians, and they have axes, so you know. Haven't set it up. Gotta do it. Alright, and that is the sprint. Alright. So let's see how I did. I gotta calculate. So I did 2 separate areas. Okay, 81 there. Oh man. I just realized I closed when I was quickly rebooting my computer, I closed down the word count I had managed to limp along on my calculator, damn it. I think it was 471 all told, so that's what'll enter into Nano. Alright. 237 for that sprint, that's not bad for me. Alright. Perpetual Noob is joining Mollusca. Damn it! Why does everybody join Mollusca all the time? Come on. See, Dandelion disapproves. This is Dandelion. He is named after the famous storyteller rabbit, the great storyteller from Watership Down. And he's sad now. So, I'm just saying. There. Siobhan, fresh brains! Okay, now I can go to sleep. Nightmares? Yeah, I had nightmares last night. I was very anxious. No, not last night, actually, night before. Alright, so there's all kinds of, for the words chat stuff. Danny turned in 286 brains for the undead horde. 767 fish for Mollusca from the Unique Lee. Well, thank you for the follow. Leok or Ayok? Ayok. I don't know. Let me know. Wait, how do I pronounce that? I want to get it right. Yeah, that's good work, Lee. 198 for Pride Ascending for the Lapins. Excellent. That sounds like a pain in the butt what you're experiencing there, and for the words, Inkflame. $343 fish for Mollusca from the new larvae there for their house, which is awesome. 275 more carrots for Lapin from House Regular Mergendor, who is awesome. Huff Puff Duck says, I was doing some research in the middle, but I got 276. That's awesome. And of course, the duck is going with the Avis house, which makes sense. I can't fault you there. Mollusca is not the best. We're the best. Just saying. Leok. Okay, cool. I will keep that in mind. I have seen Watership Down and they are not fuzzy bunnies. How many words are in each house? Well, if you knew that, then why would you play? See, you have to guess. That's the fun part. I see that DM Stretch is on it. Thank you very much. 246 for Lapin from Masadi's. See, actually, we deliberately obscure the totals. We tell you what the totals are for, you know, the lead house and the second house and so on, but we do not tell you who is whom. Right? And the reason why is so that mercenaries can play reasonably, but everybody doesn't automatically go over to the house in the lead, because that's just not fair. Alright. And back to work, gang. The dragon of productivity demands sacrifices of words. Although I think in the next break I'm going to have to get coffee. Because I am out. And this is... The writing machine runs on coffee. It does not run without coffee. So... And that's the end of the sprint. Well, I've been chewing through it this time. I've been wanting to write this part for a while. I'm doing the villain soliloquy here, letting people know what's going on, but fortunately, they're not actually, like, monologuing. They're talking to each other. Alright, hello Galacron, good to see you. Oh, and Harold is in the house, that's great. Oh, look at this. Okay, cool, people are coming while I've been doing things. Okay, let's see what I missed in the chat. Ah, browser zoom, okay. And Esong is back. Where do you find the option for Kingdom on World Anvil? Organizations, yeah. That's where. Actually, I have my country articles on generic, though, says Lucas. Well, yeah, maybe you don't like their format. I do. I love their organization format. For me, it makes great sense. I've done all my organizations with the organization template, and I think it works great. Yeah. A good age for a dwarf village elder? 372. Sounds good. How's it going, Harold? I'm glad to see you. 386 fish for Mollusca from the Perpetual Noob. Dropping in before your own stream. That's cool. Yeah, you're on at the same time as when? Here, let's see. Yes, I will look. You're on at... you're on in my second hour, or my third hour here, or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm cross-streaming against you tonight. I had to move my stream around, so... I apologize for that, Harold. 31 fish for Mollusca from Lord Galacron. In 2 minutes? That's pretty impressive. Ah, Masadi's got her words to work. Great! 157 axes from Varangia for the Lapins. Thank you very much, Stretch. Alright. 276 more carrots for Lapin from Mergendor. Excellent. Author Goddess is chewing out the words at 583 for the Varangians. That's excellent. Masadi's managed 70 more words for Lapin, which is great. Glad that worked. Sarukas accidentally did not write at all. Harold says he's thinking about moving his Thursday stream to earlier in the day. I moved mine late, actually. I was supposed to start at 2 and go till 5, but the schedule got moved around today, so we needed to fill a slot, so I just decided to move it from 3 to 6 instead. I might keep the slot, depending. I'm thinking that after Nano, I need, like, I end up answering more questions than I do writing on my Wednesday Diane Writes stream. And part of the reason why I wanted to stream was so that I would have a dedicated time where I would sit down and do some writing. So I'm thinking I might create another show in which that's what I'm doing. It's all spritz, just like this, right? And Thursday was one of the slots I was thinking of. So let me know what you're planning to do with your schedule, Harold, because I don't want to cross-stream against you if I can avoid it. So Author Goddess is like, why does steamy stuff flow so fast? Emotional stuff flows fast. You notice torture and suffering also floats fast here. Masadi's changed how she was doing it. Yep. Great. Is that 16 or 161, Danny? It says 16 exclamation point for the undead horde. So, just making sure you didn't accidentally type an exclamation point when you meant to one. Yeah, some idiot was in the shower instead. Oh, no worries there, Miss Sadie's easily enough done. Yeah, I like sprint streams a lot too. We're supposed to get back to them, speaking of which. Haha, I was just going to say that me writing torture flows fast, says Masadi. Birds of a feather. It's probably the feels and not clear throat lube. Oh my god. Correction for the 16. Okay, I will remember that, and I will go back and just delete the 16 when I do the points, so... Alright, perfect. Let's get back to it. Although, like I said, I must run for coffee. Coffee is required. So I'm going to do that, and I will be... No, you know what? I'll wait, and then I'll put up my break timer. And I'll do it then. And that's the end of the sprint. Okay. I didn't do as well as I thought I had. Oh well, that's alright. I felt like things were just bobbing along there. Well, that's not bad. $290 is alright. Alright. Looks like people have mostly been writing, which is kind of fun. That's good. E-song routine make me write a sentence. Okay. No break, right. Okay, I was writing. I'm still kicking around that other stream that we were talking about, Sable Aradia. Sounds good, Harold. I would definitely watch it, like I said. There's been some very interesting discussions on Discord about, some of that subject, so that would be really interesting. Maybe I might work with you on that if you're interested. I have a thought. Message me. We'll talk. Want me to delete that 16 redemption now? Says Diane Stretch. Yes, please. Might as well. Thank you. I'll get my answer at the end of the sprint then. Yep, you will, because I'm writing. Go right win. That's great. I need to type chat messages faster. Me too! AFK for water for Harold. Author Goddess chants it's okay to have a hot scene in the first chapter for Eros romance. I am not a perv. Yeah, you are quite welcome to do that. People are reading those books for that reason. So, that is okay. I suspect I would have to read more of the genre before I could write in it, says Harold. Though I think I could. Which genre, says Esong? The more erotic side of the romance genre. Of course you can. You know what? There's a link, okay? They've done studies. Religious people are usually more interested in sex. The same thing that makes people faithful often makes them lusty, which is why it seems to be such a difficult thing in faiths that hold to maintaining chastity. It's really kind of, it's very, very interesting. I was just double checking to make sure that things weren't lagging as much as they are in my program here. Damn Automod, I agree. The clickety-clack is motivating? That's awesome, E-Song. There's going to be a big space before the next clickety-clack, because I got to think about, what I'm going to do next. Oh no, are we having stream problems? No? Okay. There's a random idea. A duck falls from the sky holding a bit of semi-solid cloud. For you, Song, that's great. The kind of thing begs to be punned on, says Harold. Yup. Google thumb anatomy. Author Goddess. That's interesting. DM Start says, well, I've just switched articles to my Goddess of Virtue, Healing, and Good Health. Sounds like fun. Alright, word counts. 461 for Mollusca from the Perpetual Noob. 162 for Mollusca from Dianica. Rowan's here. Hey, Rowan, thanks for cheering us on. 216 for Mollusca from Galacrond. 85 for Varangia for the Lapins. Thank you, Stretch. Dianica says, also trying to get all 3 kids to do timeout properly is a pain. Oh my god, yes. And amazing how they were all arguing, hence the timeout, but we're getting along and whispering and playing when it's supposed to be in timeout. Yeah, Rowan and I can tell you some stories. 259 for Lapin from Mergendor. 224 more Varangian words from Author Goddess. Brian's Lou is here. He says, I show up and hear a hot chapter right on. 146 for laughing from the Saudis. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my break thing up, but keep sprinting. I'll join in the sprint when I get back, and then we'll continue the chat after that. Because I must run for coffee and a bio. I'll see you in a minute. Alright, that's the end of the sprint. Alright, so what did I miss? I think I saw somewhere in here that Galacron said that he's done 33K. That's awesome, and congratulations. Still on break screen. Oh, shoot. Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay, we'll go to the downtime screen for the 5-minute chat time. Let's see. Okay, so 5:05 for sure by my clock. We gotta get going again, so let's see. We had an extended discussion about thumb anatomy. That's interesting. Alright, I'm not going to get into the details of the thumb anatomy discussion. It just takes too long. The rebellious side of human nature, I suppose, says the perpetual noob. Sense of adventure, says Brian Lewis, you know, talking about what we were talking about right before we went to the sprint. If sex is common, it becomes boring. Yeah, there we go, 33K from Lord Galacron. Good for you, man. Harold says, perhaps it's the same thing that makes them attuned to the spiritual, puts them in tune with that side of themselves as well. I think so, personally. But then again, oh, look at this mess that I've left behind me. Sorry, I gotta clean this up. I was having a busy day today. Alright. Okay, there we go. Cleaned up. But okay, as a Wiccan, obviously, for me, I think that most of the religious mysteries are in birth, sex, and death. And maybe not in that order. So, you know, I do happen to think they're tied together. And then they also tend to be tied to creativity and artistic inspiration. There's a reason why the horny bard is a stereotype. You know, and why musicians are kind of known for the swath of lovers that, you know, they have over the course of their, you know, when they're on tour or whatever. And it's not just because opportunity knocks, it's also because they're interested, right? Eli is here. Eli knocked out for a few hours. That was crazy. Been there. Danny turned in another 145 words for the Horde. Oh, dingy things. Oh, thank you for the follow. Gilded PhD. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Did they give you a gilded PhD when you got your PhD? That's kind of fun. Welcome. Thanks for the follow. That's awesome. I think you might be our... No, wait. No, we've crossed 300 now. We must have done that by the beginning of the stream because I think it was the Perpetual Noob who brought us over. Let me look at that. Yeah, it would have been too. Alright, woot! 300 followers, guys! Obviously, we're gonna do, like, a raffle or something. I'll have to think about what we're gonna raffle off, but that's, you know, that's pretty amazing. Thanks so much for all the support, gang! I think we started the month at 200. I'm impressed. Like, wow, you guys... Oh, it's 5 o'clock. I gotta get back to work. How'd that go so fast? No, 5:05, I said. That's right, okay. So I got 4 more minutes. But, wow, that's so awesome. Yeah, I don't know what you call that. You're talking about, like, that bit, right? Or are you talking about this bit or that bit? Probably this bit, because that's the part that presses with the massage, right? I don't know what you'd call that either. I would have called it the pad myself. Huh. I worry about things sometimes, says Harold. I just realized Sable's points are called booty coins. Well, I meant it in the sense of pirate booty treasure, but I was aware when I chose the name that there was another meaning for it. I decided that I wasn't terribly bothered by that other meaning because I knew somebody would make a wisecrack, but it wasn't. It wasn't what was intended. Ah, Masadi's has to go for a headache. I'm migraine. I'm so sorry. Migraines suck. I'm jealous of Harold's flexibility with the thumb. I can't do that. I can't even do like things with these fingers. They're like it's like they're attached to each other. The distal phalanx, that might be it. The proximal phalange. I don't know. I would have called this the pad of the thumb. This is turning into an episode of Bones. Dancing phalanges! Dancing phalanges! That's funny, Harold. Have a good stream. I hope it turns out well. Yeah, the metacarpal bone still leading to the wrist. Well, I think actually this is like the metacarpal. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I took anatomy. This is good advice, Brian. When you have the urge to make tacos, one should check if taco shells are present in the house before continuing, because otherwise then you end up running down to the damn store. Of course, you can always go substitute like a bag of Doritos from the gas station if you can't make it to the store. Just saying. "108 Molluscan words from Galacrond. 324 Molluscan words from the Perpetual Noob. DM Stretch has no idea what to write about a goddess. Well, what does she represent? How is she worshipped? If she is a character, what does she care about getting involved in? What are her symbols? What is she known for? Is she associated with any particular time of year or a celestial body? What are some of her myths? Does she have a fierce reputation or a gentle one? Or maybe protective? Or maybe she's just grouchy, but, you know, it's all bark and no bite, you know? Ah, okay, girlfriend is picking up shells and chips. So Brian is covered. A character bank for a book, that's interesting. 93 undead horde words from Sarukis. 299 Lapin words from Ergendor. You dig the broomstick back there. Thank you. That is my besom. It is a ceremonial broom that witches keep for their ritual, which generally is only used more often than not when you get together in coven or other, you know, group gathering, which of course I haven't done since the pandemic started. So, but do you think stereotypes are bad in and of themselves? They're bound to be created within any culture. How we respond to them is the part that matters. Sometimes there's a reason that stereotypes exist, and that is because it becomes a common thread among a particular group. However, one should never allow stereotypes to predetermine your opinion of someone. But the fact is that we do, and the reason why we do it is because humans are prone to looking for patterns, right? So, stands for Pretty Happy Drawings. Oh, that's cool. Okay, Gilded Pretty Happy Drawings. Okay, now I want to go follow your channel. I'm going to go check it out. Do you do like art on your channel? Because I love watching art. When I have time, I like putting that on in the background. That's awesome. All right, Perpetual Noob got under just 2,000 for the day, and now it's time to sleep. Well, good job. Thank you for writing with us. Welcome to the Game of Tomes, and have a good sleep. We'll see you maybe tomorrow. Birth, sex, death. I truly hope it's in that order. It's called necrophilia otherwise. A stretch. Well, there is Twilight, I guess. That is hilarious. Oh my god. That is very funny. The metacarpals are what make the palm of your hand between the wrist and the knuckle. Oh, okay, okay. Metacarpals. Alright. Right. These guys. Okay. I laugh every time I hear the perpetual nude. Such a great handle. I agree. It really is. Heh, my fetish rating has become metal, says Author Goddess. Dies. Yeah, really. Automod is dumb. I do need to go, but the story of the name. I was going to do a gaming stream where I play a bunch of games I hadn't played before. It was going to be called My First Time, so the perpetual noob went along with that. That's great. That makes sense. Oh, Sable, I may have an imperfect solution to your Google Meet streaming problem. Okay, I'm listening, Angst. That would be awesome. Mergador says, almost 2 days caught up with 2,706 words, just $17.99 to go. Excellent, Mergador. I think I'm broken through my wall today. Yeah, there's always a point in Nano when it's like that. Gilded PhD says, I've been thinking about streaming more often. That's great. Okay, a small Windows app called Desk Pins exists to keep a window on top, which is what Google Meet demands on offer to keep displaying video of participants. It seems to work even when I have the Google Meet window shoved almost entirely off screen, at least in the year I'm currently running. Okay. That's great. Desk Pins, eh? I'll put that in a note. Thank you very much for the solution. That's very helpful. I don't have anything open right now. Desk Pins. Desk Pins. Desk Pins. I'll just try to remember it. Somebody remind me at the end. But I will look that up. That's great. Brian says, someday I'll win the Nano t-shirt. Someday. Not this year. I'm perhaps 10K. And it's spread across 3 stories. You can do it. You can do it. Okay, I've talked way too much. It's time to write. But I caught up on chat. Let's get some writing done. And into the breach we go. that's the sprint. Well, I was pretty deeply concentrating on my story there. It kind of startled me when I heard the cheering. That 294 makes me happy. How about you guys? Sometimes if it were not for bad luck, Shondar would have no luck at all. That is a fact right there. Yes, my character is having a rough day. Oh, just a second, I am being called in the other room. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, Aaron was asking for information about something we changed in the world, so yes. Shondar is not having a good day at all. No, Shondar has had a very bad couple of months, as a matter of fact. He's about done. So, and he's a pretty tough dude, actually, mentally, so I guess I really have to beat him down in order to make him reach his low point. Let's see what else is going on here. Thanks, Stretch. That would be helpful. Phone keyboard is imaginative. I hope it works for you. Well, thanks. That's really helpful. That's great. Author says, well, I got just over 30k over 3 stories. So, Nano Rebel. That's right. Put the sunglasses on and be a rebel. It's good for you. You have to get to 50k, which means you have 20k left there, Brian. Yeah, that's right. Yep. You do Nano the way you want to do it. Alright, we have 273 points for Lappin from Pride Ascending. Awesome, thank you. Stretch is an amazing moderator, I just have to say. He does such a great job. He's so attentive. He waits to make sure that I'm paying attention before he stops paying attention, which is absolutely fucking cool. He always gets ahead of things before I do. He spots the bots before I do. I don't think I even made him a moderator. I think that was Aaron who did that, but that was a good decision because he's amazing. Thank you very much for all your hard work there, Stretch. You make this so much easier. Now 588 for Mollusca from Inkflame. That's excellent. Another 291 for Mollusca from Brian. Pride Ascending says, got in a few words myself during a down moment, then made myself a pot pie. That seems logical. Yeah, it's, yeah. Yeah, he's having a tough time. I am kind of shooting for the end of the book now, so. And Inkflame's heading out because he got his words for the day. Good night. Have a good one. 417 words for Avis from Eli. That's the kind of counts I'm getting used to from Eli. I have a hard time doing bad things to my characters, says Brian. Well, I didn't say I liked it. Except maybe I sort of do. No, I'm kidding. I mean, like, if you don't make bad things happen to your characters, there's no conflict. Right? And that's where the story is. Right? I'm with Lois McMaster Bujold. Think about the worst possible thing that could happen to this guy, and then do it. Yeah. I read Dresden, and Jim Butcher puts that character through hell. Yeah, Harry Dresden does actually have a very hard life. I genuinely feel bad for doing things like that to characters, but that's when struggle and conflict come in. Yeah, I hear ya. 295 for Mergendor from House Lappin. Good job, and just hit 30K. Well done. Excellent. Yeah, maybe that's why I'm better at poetry, says Brian. Maybe you're just a gentle soul. You know what, though? The thing is, what I like to do is make my characters suffer, and then I make them survive, right? And overcome, right? Because life is full of pain and suffering, and, it's really, you can't control that sometimes, but what you can control is how you handle it, right? Ah, that moment when the shard of a crisp goes sideways into your gum. Yeah, can relate. You know what? Somebody once threw a crisp like a shuriken into my eye. That was entertaining. Salt and vinegar, no less. Woohoo! My MC is also not having a good time, says Sarukas. Excellent. Mergendor says, I love overcomers. That's great. Yeah, me too. I do too. Brian says, discovering these streams has been the best thing for my writing career. It's been a real boost of confidence, encouragement, and productivity. Well, that's great. That's what we're here for. I really hope it has. It's been good for me, too. Talking to other writers is always helpful. I find it is. All right. Cracked. Thank God. I have feeling back in my pinky. That's nice. Right there. That's from overusing my mouse. Yeah. Ah, that's the sprint. Okay. Another one where I'm like deeply writing and not really paying attention to the time or what I'm doing. 197 is not bad. All right. All right. Oh no, DM stretch, not only that, but then my tooth came up and rammed it in more. That sounds like fun. Yay! Oh god. Saruka says, I should write and stop playing Animal Crossing. Oh no, don't. You know, feel free not to. And then, you know, House Lappin might, like, get some advantages here. I'm such a tease. It's cool. Yes, you should write. War of the Crisps. Brian. Other Goddess says, brag time. My favorite view is one where this guy said, Too Weird was better than the Dresden Files. Moonflower flops into chat. Or shall I say, Doomflower. I've been here for like over an hour, but I got so distracted I forgot to say hi. So, hi. Hi back. Welcome. Halamus being silly in my story. I'm not positive he was meant to be this silly of a dude. Or this obsessed with cooking. That's hilarious. Characters, they do things. And they make no sense. What the hell are you doing, cat? Ah, have you tried eating? Suggests Rowan. Maybe your character's cooking obsession is because you're hungry. I just came to that conclusion, says Moonflower, and got dinner. That makes sense. Brian says it's surprisingly hard to write a prayer to the darkness without it sounding evil. Even though I've switched the typical stereotype, there's breaking those again. People understand it better if you talk to the stars, I think. You know, use night. Oh, beauty of the night. Wicca has a lot of stuff like this, right? I, who am the beauty of the green earth and the white moon among the stars and the mystery of the waters and the desire of the heart, calls unto your soul, arise and come unto me. For I am the one who gives life to the universe. From me all things proceed, and unto me all things return. You know, that's a prayer to darkness. It's a prayer to the goddess of night. Light, evil, dark, good in the world I've made. Cool, I like that. Flip it around. That's a good thing. DM Stretch has been reading some 5e pre-made adventures, for inspiration, I assume. Brian says, I should really just look up some prayers for inspiration, then just flip the dynamic. You might want to look up stuff from Wicca and Thelema. Thelema is Aleister Crowley, so you'll run into that, but there's this book called The Book of the Law, which conceives of a goddess of the stars and night and the mystery of the macrocosm and the sky and all that sort of thing, and then the god of the earth, who is like, you know, the goddess is eternal. She waxes and wanes, but she always remains. The god is born and dies in each year. He's associated with, you know, earthly things, right? So it might be worth checking. Undead Horde words for Doomflower 21. 201 molluscan words from Brian, 116 Lapin words from Mergendor, 578 Avis words from Eli. Where did this come from? Have you just been kind of writing steadily? And by the way, hello, that Stormy Geek. I don't think we've met. Were you writing from the beginning of the stream? Neat. Yeah, pretty much steadily the whole time. Okay, that's cool. And hello, back. Yeah, that's fine. There's no requirement to write in the sprints if you just want to hang out and write and turn in things close to the end of the stream, which is what you're doing, because this will be the last sprint, and then we'll go over and raid Davina, because it's almost 6 o'clock. And it's easier to count it all at once for me because I'm using for the words and it's all one big count. That makes sense. I understand that. Yeah, I don't generally put in every little thing into Nano either. I kind of put it on my calculator after I've written in a stream, and then I put it all in at once. So, okay, cool. Glad to see you, and welcome to the channel. Oh, I hear a dingy thing. What is my dingy thing? Ah, a follow. Thank you, Stormy Geek. Awesome. For the words, it's a lot easier to count like that. I agree, says Moonflower. I have to save 30 seconds or so each sprint for calculator stuff. Oh, and DM Stretch joined the Cobalt Press Midgard Adventures Discord yesterday. Looks interesting. Persian religion, Brian, if I remember correctly, might have something in it for you. Stars and night being good and the sun being, you know, burning and brutal. I might have to look that up, though. Don't quote me on that one, because I know very little about Persian religion, but maybe. Zoroastrianism, perhaps. Oh, who was it she thought had treated him so poorly? Okay, back in my brain here. I thought I had that right. I might know what I'm talking about. And that's the end of the sprint. So that's the last sprint for the night, at least from this stream. So make sure that you total up your points for the rest of the stream if you've just been tip-tapping along and ignoring the sprints. Not bad, not bad. Oh, good work there, Angstaze. Excellent. Stormy Geek says, yeah, I managed to actually hit a decent stride in my tail for once. That's great. So was I. I was doing pretty well with that tonight, too. I should go to the downtime screen here, because we're about to call this a day. But, yeah, good work. Good work. That's great. Doomflower says, wasn't there a cult of Nyx in ancient Greece? There was, actually. And, Aleister Crowley, when he was writing the Book of the Law, when his wife was channeling the Book of the Law that he was writing down, recording, at least if you believe their story, right, then they drew a lot from the cult of Nyx, actually. So that's kind of a thing. Yeah. 303 words for the Undead Horde from Sarukas. 312 words for Mollusca from Dianica. Pride was doing research. Has to happen sometime. Right? Great work, everyone. I agree with Rowan completely. And eating my pot pie. I am jealous. I would like a chicken pot pie now. That would be tasty. Or maybe you meant another kind of pot pie. I don't know. This is Canada. I do have to ask. 520 Avis words from Eli. 168 Lappin words from Mergendor. Good job, guys. Good job, everyone. You've basically been writing steadily since I kind of decided I was going to do a focus thing here and stop talking. So that's great. I really appreciate that. You guys have been working hard, and that's really awesome. And thanks for writing with me. I've had a lot of fun. Hold on, you'll make one for me. Eating my pot pie. Awesome. Okay. That would be great. Of course, I don't know how I'm going to get it. It'll probably be moldy by the time it gets to me. But it sounds good. It sounds very good. And I'm hard to feed anyway. I'm one of those gluten and lactose-free people, so I have to be really creative with pot pies. I can't just buy them at the store. I used to do that, right? Before I was aware that my guts didn't work like normal people, right? I would, like, you know, that was a bachelorette food that I really enjoyed. I would take, you know, frozen pot pies and take them out of the tin and put them in the microwave, you know, and then actually the toaster oven, pardon me, that's what I was doing. I was putting them in the toaster oven. You can't put those in the microwave. They turn to goo. But yeah, they were tasty. I liked them. It's just the right size, you know? Little pot pie, that's perfect dinner. Right? But, you know, now I have to actually make it from scratch. So, I didn't think of that. We'll eat another for you. Yeah, thanks, Pride. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Go to hell. Well, this was fun. It's time to raid Davina, I think. I do believe she should be up by now. Yes, Rukus is laughing. Yeah. Why are you people telling me about food? I'm not going to be able to eat for another 2 hours. I have to go run my evening errands, and then I have to eat. You guys suck. Okay. Everyone says my supper is eggnog, crackers, and cheese. Was in town all day, and tomorrow is more of the same. But tomorrow is a supper early morning. Fair enough. Author Goddess had hot brisket sandwiches. Sounds good. Yeah, Dad needs to renew his driver's license. Take a snack? You can always take snacks with you. Okay, I might get, like, the granola bar thing out of the fridge. Oh, save check. Yep, that's important too. Thank you very much, Eli. That's helpful. We definitely need to do save checks. Oh, Davina's live. That's great. So we will be raiding Davina. We'll go with house mottos again, or for the tome, as our raid call, since we're all here to write. Normally it's prepare to be boarded, because we are the Sable Privateers. But that is okay. We will play the game. And thank you all so much. And Aaron will be back on in a few hours. Just have to check the schedule here to make sure I got it right. Yeah, it's what? So like a little less than, okay, that'd be 7, 8, 9, so 10 p.m. Pacific, which is in a little less than 4 hours. Aaron will be back on with Right with the Night King, and yeah. And tonight it looks like Chris is planning a sprint lobby instead of being on screen, probably because they've had numerous problems with their interwebs when trying to stream capture recently. Bye bye, says Pride. Y'all are killing me with this food talk. Need to shop. I've nothing in the house, says Mergador. That's part of our problem too. It's payday. So yeah. 10 out of 10 would bring you noms if I could, says Pride. And okay, so you would like Mergendor, but you don't like me, obviously, because you're going to sit there and taunt me and eat pot pies and talk about, oh yeah, I didn't think of that. I'll just eat another one for you. But you're going to, okay, we know how it is. We see how it is. All right. Rowan will be going to bed about then. Suruka says, it's 2 a.m. now, I'll probably sleep soon. I'd bring everyone on if I could, says Pride. I believe you. I know you would. I would too. Yep. I'd be like, okay, look, writers, you gotta eat sometime. So here's the cookies, right? And here's the hot dogs, because it's something that you'll shovel in your face quick while you're typing with the other hand, and that's okay. Alright, I'm gonna stop wasting time here. We're gonna go see Davina. Thank you so much. Don't forget, Davina is doing role-playing game conversation about her Pathfinder system, and she's doing tutorials in what you can do with World Anvil on a Freeman account. But you can still report your words there if you are playing the Game of Tomes. Alright? And we'll see you later. Bye, everybody.